it's Stoppage Time with IPJ and my man, John Buckets. Hey, Buckets, why are you shushing me?
Listen, man, we're recording this special episode late at night. It's 10 p.m. where I am. I assumed the kids would be sleeping. You try to keep this a little more low key, but apparently not. I'm thinking.
Nah.
Nope. Okay.
It's not how I roll, baby. It's all or nothing for the loyal listeners out there. And thanks to producer Jeff for doing this late night shift. For the loyal listeners out there, we're trying to get an episode out on Friday so you guys can get your picks Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Buckets, checking in with you, man. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing as good as I can be, considering it's minus 6 degrees and we've got so much snow on the ground, I can't get out of my apartment. But besides that, a cozy night in with the lady and with some football on the telly. That's never a bad way to spend an evening.
All right, so let me ask you right now, is the lady watching you in action right now?
She is not, but she will be soon.
Oh!
There you go.
Now, is there a possibility we might get an appearance on the show?
We've started to have those conversations, actually. So I think it's possible we could feature a Buckets girlfriend best bet here sooner than later.
I like it. We love it. All right. You know what else I love? I love the social medias right now because the platforms are absolutely flying off the chain. Congratulations to our producer, Jeff, and of course, Hot Coco, working the magic on the socials. The TikToks have been ticking and they've been talking, making sure that we are actually following up with the numbers. 9,000 views on TikTok this week for UEFA. Silent golf clap for Hot Coco for what she's been doing on TikTok. We have 5,500 views on YouTube across obviously our stream, but also the shorts. So we'll give a silent clap for our producer Jeff and all the magic he's producing out there as well. Great job, everybody. Teamwork is just incredible. But Buckets, as you can see, 15,000 views almost for the last 3-4 days on our platforms. It's been pretty special. And we're continuing to grow in the right direction. So people out there, please make sure you go follow us on social media. It is on Instagram. It's on TikTok. It's on X, formerly known as Twitter. And of course, John Bucketsheimer, where can people follow you?
You can follow me anywhere at Bucket John. Oh, let's try that again. You can follow me anywhere at Bucket John Betts here, IPJ. But what I do want to say real quick is a quick message to some of the people out there. I saw comments complaining that there were no timestamps, and now I got to watch the whole episode. If you don't want to watch the whole episode, follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. That's where you're going to get the clip. If you were just here for the bets, you can get that short 30-second sweet bet. So quit your bitching. Don't go after producer Jeff. Are you kidding me right now?
Producer Jeff is not certainly the one you don't want to go after. That is for sure. Because in the words of producer Jeff, to the person who did write, where's the timestamps? Fuck your time stamps. It ain't happening. All right, let's get to some of the loyal listener comments that actually were rattled out this week. Buckets, we go to Stephen Lochner, 4492. He said, second comment. Thanks for the late night surprise. Have it. Hey, we got another late night surprise coming tonight. Buckets. Late night surprises.
I knew it. As soon as I read late night surprise, I knew there was going to be some shit about. No, I'm all flustered now. What's the next comment? Let's move on.
All right, let's go to Kirk Scheuer. He says 5187. He said, keep doing what you guys are doing and let's have it. Absolutely love it from Kirk. He's been absolutely in and out of the comments, left, right, and center. We've got Boxcar Boys jumping in and saying, I got to start turning my headphones all the way up in the beginning so Buckets doesn't have to go through the war cry alone. Buckets, you have been certainly one who has suffered over the years.
I have. At my recent little just kind of check-in with my doctor, he said I'll probably lose my hearing by 35, so I'm enjoying it while I can.
Knickknack7656 said, fuck it. What a goated intro that was. Knickknack, you are absolutely on it. I don't know why Inter is so dog versus Leverkusen. That comes in from SHVGA 1987. Inter didn't turn up on the day, Buckets.
Absolutely did not. There are some crazy fixtures happening all over Europe right now, whether it's domestic play or Champions League play or Mickey Mouse Conference Cup, whatever you want to call it. Some crazy games going on right now.
Roberts 3199. I watched Celtic's last 2 matches, and these guys look like they were trying to run in knee-high mud lately. They look so slow. GL. Yeah, Celtic not looking too good. Bucket certainly missed you on that first day, didn't they?
Yeah, they absolutely did. That was the bet, I believe, against Dinamo Zagreb, where I sung the praises of the over and then watched 90 minutes of no goals at all. 0-0.
The long shot broke my fucking heart, Buckets, because this next one from Dustin Wiles, 8428, Victor breaks all of our hearts. I was on plus 781, John Bucketsheimer, and all I needed was a Victor Gyökeres goal to cash that ticket. And what happened in that game? Penalty kick was awarded. Victor picked up the ball. Video review intervened and said, no. We're 1 millimeter outside the box where that foul was committed. Took the penalty kick away, and we missed the plus 781 bet because Victor Gyökeres did not score. Sporting look pretty poor right now, Buckets.
They really do. And I predicted a bounce back, and we did not get that bounce back. Might take a couple more weeks than I thought as they struggle without their manager that they've had that made them so great so far this season.
I went on to producer Jeff Shorts on YouTube, and this comment came in. This fucked me so hard on the parlay, but we go again. Awesome work, IPJ and Buckets. That, of course, was about the Celtic game, which apparently fucked Bob.
Yeah, sorry, Bob. Sorry, fucked Bob threw me off for some reason. Sorry, Bob. All these late shows, I got to adjust to this. Ugh.
Yeah, it's hard to do a show when you've had a few drinks in your bucket. All right, and then there was this fucking clown for the Juventus bet. Rahul jumped in. I'll remember to come back to this and mock you, John Bucketimer. What do you have to say to Rahul, who is apparently a fucking clown?
So this was for Juventus versus Man City, and he commented this before the match started because he wanted to wait till the bet lost, then come back and mock me on TikTok, only to watch not only the double chance cash, but Juventus draw no bet would have cashed, Juventus money line would have cashed. I'm telling everyone, City's just not there right now, Raul. So I apologize that you didn't tail, you lost money, and you are, in fact, the clown.
Yeah, Rahul, take this up your backside as well. Since the start of November, Manchester City have conceded more goals across all competitions than any other team from Europe's big 5 leagues. 21 goals they've conceded in 9 freaking games, Buckets. Are they officially off the list of teams to bet right now?
Maybe not off the leaves to, maybe not off the list of teams to bet, but maybe they're on the list of teams to bet against right now. Keep betting double chance when you can get it. Bet on teams to score against City because something's going on right now, and there's still money to be made even when you're fading a squad like this.
Just so happens to be the Manchester Derby this weekend. All right, let's get into the fixtures on Friday. There's some good games coming up this weekend. Freiburg against Wolfsburg, Empoli against Torino, Toulouse against Saint-Etienne, Real Valladolid against Valencia. On Saturday, we've got Arsenal against Everton. We've got Liverpool against Fulham, Rayo Vallecano against Real Madrid. We've got Mainz against the mighty Bayern München. We've got FC St. Pauli against Werder Bremen. We've got Marseille against Lille. What a great game that is. Juventus against Venezia. And on Sunday, it is that Manchester derby. Man City against Manchester United. Atletico Madrid against Getafe. Barcelona against Leganés, Leipzig against Frankfurt. Big game in Leipzig. I've got a feeling that Marco Rose, if he doesn't start winning games soon, he's going to get fired as Leipzig boss. And then we've got Borussia Dortmund against Hoffenheim. We've got Bologna against Fiorentina. And we've got PSG against Lyon. And on Monday, there's an absolute banger in Italy. Lazio against Inter Milan, which is a beauty to look out for. And then another beauty, Bournemouth against West Ham United. Buckets, you ready for some best bets?
Absolutely, man. I am stoked for the fixtures this weekend.
You know, it wouldn't be an episode of Stoppage Time if we didn't get some best bets from the blonde bombshell, the betting unicorn. That is right, our main man, John Bucketimer. Welcome back to Buckets. Hey, Buckets, by the way, before we get into the fucking bets, you went the reverse sweep, and then the next day, you fucking swept in UEFA. How the fuck did that happen?
It's so hard right now because I tell people this all the time. I am not someone who enjoys winning. I'm just someone who fucking hates losing more than anything. So to go 0-3 on 3 bets I really loved, I had to keep that same level of confidence going into Saturday, to which we then went 3-0. So it's just how it goes sometimes. But just know, Ian, I expect every bet I place to win, but sometimes we get unlucky.
Yeah, I only like to win. That's all I like to do. Everything else means nothing. Draws are like the most pointless thing in the world.
Oh
anyway,
God.
I want 4 best bets from you. I'm looking for 4 different bets. We're doing things differently today, okay? I want to try something unique, something new, something different. I want 1 best bet from you this weekend. I'm looking for 1 best player bet this weekend. I'm looking for 1 best parlay from you this weekend. And I'm also looking for 1 long shot bet, which I would prefer to be over plus 300 odds just for the loyal listeners out there. The only rule is that you get to choose the bet for which day you want. You just have to have 1 bet for each specific day. So when I say Friday, you can choose whichever bet you want to go for, and then Friday place your bet. So let's begin with Friday. What bet are you taking? And then tell us what bet it is.
On Friday, I will be using my best bet because I'm looking at this Bundesliga clash between Freiburg and Wolfsburg IPJ. And I'm just going to say this right now. Somebody at the sports books is going to get fired because I found a line that is so asinine, so terrible, Ian, that I'm having trouble not putting 3 or 4 units on this matchup. You can currently get Wolfsburg double chance. So Wolfsburg to win or Wolfsburg to draw at minus 135. I know that Wolfsburg haven't been the best team in recent seasons, but they're currently fifth on the table. They're unbeaten in their last 7 matches, and they're playing a Freiburg side who has only won one of their last 5 Bundesliga fixtures. Right now, Wolfsburg is looking incredible. 29 goals scored over their 13 fixtures. Defensively, of course, they're not good, but is any team good defensively in the Bundesliga? Absolutely not. This is a Wolfsburg team that is coming alive right now, and they're having high scoring thrillers. They beat Mainz 4-3 in their last fixture. They stomped Hoffenheim in the Pokal Cup 3-0. They beat Leipzig 5-1 on the road. This is a team that is playing like Bayern Munich played when they had Lewandowski. This is a team that doesn't care if it's 2-0 at halftime. They're still trying to put in 3 or 4 more goals. I think they win this outright if you want to take that at plus 280, but I will absolutely lay the juice at minus 135 to have that win or draw line available.
Yeah, this is also a team that's undefeated in 8 games across all competitions, which is quite ridiculous. The last time they did lose a game was against Werder Bremen at home. They lost by 4 goals to 2 way back on October 20th. And if you look at what they've done in the league since then, they had a very tough draw at the mighty FC St. Pauli. 0-0 that game was. Then they had a 1-1 against Augsburg. Away from home, they won 3-1 against Heidenheim. Then they won 1-0 against Union Berlin at home. Then they won 5-1, as you pointed out, away to Leipzig. At home in the DFB Pokal, they won 3-0. And then, of course, last weekend, they had a comeback, a win from behind, 4 goals to 3 against Mainz, which was absolutely crazy. But I want to point out something really important, Buckets, because you've picked up on something really massive when it comes to this team. If you look at what Wolfsburg are doing away from home this season, they are the second best team in Germany right now away from home. Only bettered by Bayern Munich, by the way, who have 17 points from their 7 games away from home. Wolfsburg have 13 points from their 6 games away from home, and they've only lost 1 fucking game. Plus, they've scored 16 and conceded 7. So that bodes very well for you indeed, John Bucketimer. What a great pick that is. All right, tell us what bet you're taking on Saturday and what the bet is.
For my Saturday, I'm going to use my player best bet here because I'm looking at this matchup between Liverpool and Fulham. And if you're going to hear me talk about Liverpool, I am talking about, of course, the only guy who seems to matter for the squad right now, Mo Salah. I am taking him anytime goal scorer. And for some reason, the odds are currently plus 100 for Mo Salah to do what he's doing almost every single game right now. If you want to make it a little bit more risky, you could take Mo Salah assist at plus 175 because he is the leading goal scorer and the leading assist guy right now for Liverpool. 14 starts this season, 13 goals scored, 8 assists in league play. He has been on an absolute rampage, and let us not forget, he's got talks of a contract extension coming up. So whenever you're talking about money, re-signing, moving, whatever you want to do, it looks really good if you keep scoring goals right before you sign those papers here. I love Salah to score, considering I think Liverpool continue their rampage and probably score 3 against the defensively weak Fulham side here, Ian. And at plus 100, I will take that regardless of their opponent right now.
Yeah, looking at the odds right now for Mohamed Salah, there's certainly some cheeky odds there, as you pointed out. And if you want to get him for 2+ goals in the game, it's plus 370. For 3+ goals in the game, it's plus 1500 for Mohamed Salah.
Ooh.
Listen, he's in such great form right now. And with that contract just like dangling right in front of him, yeah, we know it's going to be a ridiculously good contract for Mohamed Salah to keep him there. He's going to be on all cylinders once again in this big game coming up against Fulham. Huge game for them. Obviously, on the money line, it's going to be interesting to see if Liverpool can continue to do this great work that they're doing under Arne Slot. They're minus 310 on the money line, and Fulham are plus 750 on the money line as well. Quick score prediction from you for that game, Buckets?
I'm going to go with 3-1 correct score, which I think is around plus 900 if you want to sprinkle that as well.
Yeah, I love that bet. And listen, on Saturday, there is obviously some big games to look forward to. And I know your boys Bayern Munich are in action against Mainz, which is never going to be easy for them. But that one in Liverpool is going to be a real difficult one because Arsenal are chasing closely behind them. They're playing Everton at the same time as Liverpool kick off. All right, let's go to Sunday. What's your best bet? And then let's hear what the bet is.
Sunday, I will be using my parlay parte wager because I'm looking at the top 4 leagues in Europe. France, get the hell out of here. And I've got one bet for 4 different matches across the 4 top leagues, and it's the exact same wager on all 4 matches. I'm looking at Chelsea versus Brentford, Chelsea over 1.5 team total. Atleti Madrid versus Getafe, Atleti over 1.5 team total. AC Milan versus Genoa, AC Milan over 1.5 team total. And Dortmund versus Hoffenheim, Dortmund over 1.5 team total. Frankly, I think the first three are absolute locks. Chelsea probably continues to score 4 or 5 goals a game. Atletico Madrid has found their shooting boots again. They're scoring again. They should cover that 1.5 team total, no problem. AC Milan, even without Christian Pulisic, are still a good enough team to score at least 2 against Genoa. And the tricky one for me is actually going to be producer Jeff's Dortmund. I don't really trust Dortmund this season. However, Dortmund did look good against Barcelona. Good, I say, as they lost, but at least they're scoring goals, and they need an immediate bounce back against a Hoffenheim team that has frankly been appalling this season. If you parlay all 4 of these together, it's plus 350. So technically a little bit of a long shot here. So be careful, bet responsibly, be careful, especially when you're trusting producer Jeff's team. But Ian, I think this has a good shot across all 4 of these.
I think that's the least of your worries. Borussia Dortmund at home are absolutely ridiculous this season. They've been fucking fantastic to watch. I know the Barcelona game was a bit of a weird one for them, and they'll be looking to rebound. But Shaheen's record at home for Borussia Dortmund is spectacular. They're the best home team in the Bundesliga right now. Do you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Sorry,
they
Jeff.
have played. They have played 7 games. They've won 6. They have drawn 1. They've not lost in the Bundesliga and scored 19 goals from 7 games in the Bundesliga. They're the best team in the Bundesliga from obviously the ridiculous games that they've played so far. So love that bet. But real quickly, I want to touch upon Manchester City against Manchester United because I know she avoided that game. It is the Manchester derby. I just want a prediction from you what you think is going to happen. I know it's difficult to predict because City just, you have no idea what's going to happen right now. Manchester United, I mean, they're a fucking shit show as well. They keep making mistakes.
It's 2 shit shows just smashing each other as hard as they can. This one terrifies me. I honestly don't know how to bet it. Gun to my head, if I have to give a score prediction or any kind of lean, I actually lean towards Manchester United double chance. I think this ends in a draw or a United victory. I think this is Ruben Amorim's chance to really step up and prove why they paid all that money to get him there from Sporting. And City just, I can't back them right now. 1 win in their last 9 matches, playing significantly worse teams than United. I know it's a derby. I know that brings out the best in both these clubs. But if this ended 1-1, not shocked in the slightest.
Guess what double chance is Manchester United without looking?
Without looking, it's definitely plus. I'd say plus 150.
Plus 140, yeah. That's ridiculous. That's really high. And obviously Manchester United are nowhere near where they need to be, neither are Manchester City. So this one could go absolutely anyway. Okay, let's go to your best bet for Monday, please.
Best bet for Monday, of course, means that I just have my long shot wager left, and I'm looking at that Serie A matchup that everybody should be looking at. I'm looking at Lazio taking on Inter, and this bet, Ian, I'm just going to warn everyone right now. He said be at least plus 300. It's plus 1250. I am taking the Buckets Classic, both teams to score, but both teams to score in both halves. If you remember last year, this was the highest bet I cashed the entire season in a matchup between Newcastle, and I don't remember who their opponent was, but we've hit this bet before, and there's a reason we take this bet when we have high scoring teams in a really important fixture like this. Both of these clubs are capable of scoring 2 goals in this game, hands down. The question becomes is how defensive do they play, and how soon do we see that first crack through goal that kind of starts the rest of the gameplay here? I don't know who wins this game. I think a draw is very realistic, and I'm hoping for a 2-2 draw. If you want the watered down version, both teams to score by itself is minus 140. But I'm going to have fun watching some of the best Italian talent we have right now with some of the best goal scorers we have right now in all of Italy. And I want to see goals galore in this one.
Love it. Okay, let's just break it down for you. 5th place, Lazio taking on 3rd place, Inter Milan. Lazio have won 10, Inter have won 9. Lazio have drawn 1, and Inter have drawn 4. Lazio have lost 4, and Inter have lost only 1. Average goals per match per team. Lazio average 2.0 goals per game. Bodes well for buckets. Average goals per game for Inter is 2.43. Goals conceded is just around about 1 for each of them. Clean sheets, 6 for Inter, which is my concern about this one because their defense is pretty ridiculous. But also 4 clean sheets for Lazio, which is quite impressive. This one's got to be a banger. It could be an absolute cracking game. Inter are like 60%. I've said it so many times on CBS Sports Galazzo scoreline. And I've said, Inter are just in 60% right now. They're just cruising into the season. They're playing in the top 8 of the Champions League. They're playing in the top 5 of Italian League. Come March, they'll be fucking 100% all out. It looks like they're just slowly getting into gear. Lazio, what a start to the season. New boss at the helm. And there, is it Baroni? I think their bosses. They've done unbelievable under this guy. Watched them against Ajax most recently in the Europa League. That was a fantastic game to watch. And they are so dangerous. This guy, Pedro, by the way, he's like 467 years old. He's been around forever. He still scores bangers. Like this guy in Europe in particular continues to score bangers. But what a fantastic team they are to watch. And obviously my good friend Tati Castellanos plays a striker for them. So it's fun to watch. Buckets, that's a fucking hell of a bet, man. My only concern is obviously Inter defensively. It's one of those games that means a lot to them. They don't want to lose that game. But if it's a free-for-all, then we could have a 4-4 kind of game in this one, which would be absolutely wicked. Wouldn't it be awesome to just get 2 goals in the first half, 1 for each, and then all of a sudden in the second half, all hell breaks loose?
Oh, and this is the problem with a game like this. If it ended 0-0, 0-0, I wouldn't be shocked. But if it ended 4-3, 5-3, that also wouldn't shock me. We need that early first goal, I think preferably from Lazio, because then you've got the home advantage. You put that pressure on Inter. They have to respond immediately before all hell breaks loose. 1-1 at halftime, absolute perfection in this one.
Yeah, the two of them are in great form as well. Obviously, difficult to beat Inter right now. And Lazio, they've only lost 1 most recently in their last 5. So, yeah, there you have it. Buckets, absolutely awesome stuff. A little bit quieter tone for us tonight because we're recording in the evening. But this has been pretty epic. And thank you, everybody out there, the loyal listeners, really producing our numbers on social media, but also on YouTube platform. It's been fantastic to see. We can't thank you all enough for the support. But please make sure you go and comment on our YouTube page. As you saw in today's show, we have dropped off a lot of the comments. And if they're positive, we'll put them out there. If they're stupid, we'll make fun of you. That's just it's what we do here, me and Bucket. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel as well. And if you're not subscribed, please make sure you share the show as much as you possibly can to friends who are not subscribed so that they subscribe as well. Like our show as much as you possibly can because continuing to grow as you saw from the numbers early on. I appreciate everybody out there. Buckets, I appreciate you as well. For the rest of the evening and the rest of the weekend, what are your plans?
I have some personal things with my family I'm going to deal with this weekend. So it's not the most exciting, not the most fun weekend for me. I'm actually going to miss a lot of these really good games because I will be traveling. But trust me, I'll be keeping up with the scores on my phone. I will be rooting for our both teams to score in both half bets, but nothing too crazy for me, man. What about you, though?
Listen, it'll be a working weekend for myself. I'm off for 3 days, which has been quite nice. I had an epic Christmas night out with the CBS Sports Galazzo Scoreline team. I took my team out for a couple of drinks at my good friend Kyle Martino's place in New York. What a phenomenal. He's got a soccer / membership bar in like sort of Chinatown area in New York, and fucking hell buckets. It was absolutely fantastic. I'll take you, but the loyal listeners out there, please make sure if you're in New York, go check out No One Home. The place is unbelievable. I took 20 of our team members down there. We all had a good few drinks and some food just to celebrate, you know, the holiday season, but also the great work that people have done over the last 12 months building Scoreline into what it is today. Such a fabulous show to work on, buckets. And, you know, CBS Sports Galazzo Network's kind of lucky to have a lot of these young people working for them because they live and breathe football. So I'm kind of recovering from that night out, which was quite epic. But also big shout out to my guy Kyle Martino, his place. Me and Kyle played back in the day. We were on the US youth national teams together, and I'll share some pictures so Jeff can put them up. Kyle was just a wonderful footballer, man. One of the best footballers I saw with the ball at his feet. He just lived for having a ball at his feet. He was just magical in possession of the ball, and I was captain of the under 18 team, so trying to keep him and Edson Buttle and Connor Casey and some of the legends of US soccer on track, making sure I could keep them focused was my job as a captain. But just continue to be great friends with these guys forever. So spend some time at his bar. I'll take you there, buckets, and I'll take you there as well, Jeff. Great place to be. But this weekend I'll be working. I'll be back into the studio. You can catch me on Scoreline 5 p.m. at the weekend. I'll be recapping all of Buckets' bets this weekend on CBS Sports Galazzo Network. So make sure you follow us. But buckets, man, travel safe wherever you're going, whatever you're doing. Make sure you be safe. Be responsible as well. To everybody out there, bet responsibly. Make sure you absolutely fucking
Stoppage time.